Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So sadly, summer is coming to an end, and with the end of the summer comes another school year for most of you guys. And I will admit that it's been quite a while since I've been in school. I still remember how anxious, how stressful that first day back of school is. No matter how many times or how many first day back at schools you have, it's always nerve-wracking. You're just up all night overthinking about what outfit you're going to be wearing, how you're going to do your hair, what kind of makeup you're going to be wearing to that first day back at school. So I wanted to make this video to help ease your anxiety and help lower that stress level. Back in my high school days, we didn't wear any makeup. I think we wore a little bit of lip gloss and a little bit of eyeliner and mascara, and that was it. But I know that times are different these days. It's 2015, makeup is huge, and I feel like the smoky eye and the Kardashian contour look is everywhere. So although it is tempting to wear that to school because you want to look really flawless, I think that look is a little bit much for just everyday school wear, especially your first day back at school. So I kind of mix what I would wear to high school as well as what I would want to wear these days, because we want to just wear a little bit more makeup than usual to look a little bit more flawless. But I wanted this look to be really clean, really simple. So I came up with a really lightly defined matte neutral eye, and I think it came out really pretty, and it was super easy to throw together. So if you're in a rush or you don't have that much time, or you just rather sleep in than get up and get ready, this eye look is perfect because it can take you less than 5 minutes to do. It's just a little bit of shadow, liner, and mascara, and you're out the door. And for my skin, I just wanted to keep it really fresh looking. I don't want anything too cakey, too overly made up. So I just went with something that really covered my blemishes and my dark spots, but still keeping my skin looking really natural and skin-like. I think this look is perfect if you're in high school or even if you're in college. You just look really clean and put together, but just not overly done up or overly made up, which is really important, especially if you're in high school. You want to look appropriate for your age, because if you wear too much makeup, it can make you look older than you are, and you definitely don't want to do that. So keep your skin and your whole makeup look really just fresh, clean, and simple. And this video is especially special for me because I'm collaborating with one of the prettiest girls here on YouTube as well as Instagram. Her name is Meuwsha, and I really hope I'm not butchering her name. I had to ask her how to pronounce it just so that I don't mispronounce it in this video. But we've been emailing each other back and forth and thought it would be really fun to do a collaboration for a back to school video. Neither of us really picked a theme or a specific makeup look that we were going for this collaboration. We just thought it would be fun to do our own interpretation of what we would wear for our first day back at school. So this is the look that I came up with, and I can't wait to see what she comes up with. Her makeup looks are just amazing, guys. They're phenomenal. I'll have all her links listed down below, her YouTube as well as her Instagram page. So please make sure you go and follow her and subscribe to her, because believe me, you won't regret it. You're gonna want to go and do all her makeup looks as soon as you binge watch all her videos. So make sure you go and subscribe to her and leave her a comment and tell her that Lon says hello and that I sent you guys over. That is enough of my babbling. If you are going back to school, I am wishing you tons of luck for your first day back, and I hope you have a really great school year. And yeah, that is enough rambling for me. We'll just get right into the makeup look. Since school days tend to be a little bit long, I think you're there between 8 to 10 hours depending on if you have after school activities or not. So you definitely want to prime your face and your eyes, because you don't want anything to be fading throughout the day or slip and sliding, or you getting oily, or just things, you know, melting off and you looking blotchy. So I'm gonna prime my face and my eyes. For my eyes, I'm just using my Urban Decay primer potion. You guys know I love this stuff. And for my face, I'm just using the Tarte Clean Slate Flawless 12-Hour Brightening Primer. And this is a really great primer because it's not silicone based, which breaks me out. So if you're allergic to silicone like I am, this is a really great primer. It's really moisturizing. It smells like oranges, so it's nice and refreshing in the morning, and it really does help make your or keep your makeup on lasting longer all day, and just keeping your oils kind of controlled throughout the day. So I just like to pat that into my skin. Foundation wise, you can obviously use whatever foundation you like, whatever you're comfortable with wearing, but I really recommend the CC Plus cream from Cosmetics. This gives really great coverage without looking cakey or feeling too heavy. And if you have after school activities like sports or gym classes or PE classes, this is a really great foundation because there is an SPF of 50 in here. So with this foundation, I'm just going to use half a pump because it is so full coverage. I don't want to look too heavily made up for school. So because it has really great coverage, I'm just going to use half a pump and put that on the center of my face. And then we'll be spreading it out towards the outer edges of our face. Just because that's the most natural looking finish when you put on foundation. So just the center of my face, and I look like a freak right now. Then I'm just going to take a buffing brush and buff this into my skin. If you have blemishes that you need to cover up, I would cover it up really lightly. But if you're using this foundation, I doubt that you have anything to cover up because it's so high coverage. But I still suffer from really bad dark circles, so I'm just going to do a little bit of concealer under my eyes. So I'm just going to use my Fit Me Concealer from Maybelline. This is in the color 20 Sand Sable. And this is a really great under eye concealer because it really does brighten up your under eyes. But it feels really lightweight underneath, so it doesn't look cakey or it starts to get creasy throughout the day. And you can also use this to do a little bit of highlighting. I obviously wouldn't suggest major contouring or highlighting for a regular school day. You don't want to show up to school looking like a Kardashian. It's a bit much for school. But this just does a really great job at brightening that area under your eyes and making you look a little bit more awake because, let's face it, we're all up late doing homework, studying, doing projects, writing papers. So definitely want to cover up those dark circles. So before I move on to my eyes, I'm just going to set my foundation and concealer. So I'm going to do a little spritzing of my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Just a little bit just to set everything in and make sure everything stays in place throughout the day. And then to set my foundation and concealer even further, I'm just going to use the Cosmetics by Pores press powder. And this does a really great job at controlling your oils throughout the day, as well as kind of blurring your pores. It's obviously not going to make your pores disappear, but it does really it does a really great job at blurring your pores, making them look a little bit smaller. And if you have fine lines, which I doubt you will if you're in high school, it does a really great job at blurring those as well. So I really like this powder, and it gives a really nice matte but natural looking finish. So that's basically it for our face for right now. We're going to move on to our eyes and then come back and finish the rest of our face up. So we already have our lids primed and ready to go. So I'm just going to take a creamy black eyeliner and start doing a really light winged liner. I'm going to layer on the eyeliner first just to diffuse it and smoke it out with shadows on top. That way you still have a really nice defined looking like eye shape without looking too dramatic, because we're going to be layering stuff on top of the eyeliner, so it's going to be really nicely diffused and smoked out. So I'm just going to lightly line my upper lash line. You don't have to be too careful or make a really neat straight line because we're going to be buffing this out anyways, but obviously don't be too sloppy. Then I'm just going to take a small angled brush and really smoke out that line we just created, so that it looks really nice and smoked out, but you still have a really nice shape to your eyes. So with your wing, obviously you don't want to do anything too dramatic and too flicked out. Just a tiny bit of a flick at the end, like barely noticeable. And yeah, you don't want to do anything too dramatic for school. So now I'm just left with a really smoked out winged liner, and you can see that the flick is barely noticeable. It's just a tiny little flick at the end, but it really gives you a nice almond shape to your eyes. So it is really pretty, but you don't want to go too dramatic with it. I'm going to do the same exact thing to the other eye, so I will be right back. So now that we have our liner on, we're going to move on to eyeshadows. And for this makeup look, because I want to keep everything really clean and just fresh looking, I'm going to stick to matte finishes. So I'm going to use my Tarte Lip palette because it's all matte shadows in here. So I'm going to take the first color, which is Free Spirit, on a really big fluffy shader brush and just brush this all over my eyes, even on top of that liner, which is what I was talking about. It really helps diffuse the liner and make it more daytime appropriate and school appropriate. I'm going to put this shadow all over our lids and even up to our brow bone. Next, I'm just going to take a blending brush and go in with the color Power Player. It's kind of a cool tone gray taupe color, and this looks really natural in the crease because it's cool tone, so it just looks like your natural shadow contour on your crease. So this color in our crease looks really natural, but you're getting a really nice defined crease look without looking like you just threw on a bunch of shadows. So this is going to go directly into our crease, and you can see the line in the crease, but it also looks really natural. It just kind of helps make your eyes look a little bit bigger and more awake because you're kind of raising that crease line up a little bit. So you're looking really nice and doughy-eyed. So you can just see the difference in both eyes. This one looks really nice and defined, but still really natural. It doesn't look like anything too dramatic or too smoky. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. You just want to build the color up really slowly. You don't want to throw on a bunch of pigmentation, which makes it harder to clean up or to diffuse. So if you work in light layers, it looks more natural and more well blended. So that is our crease color. Then I'm just going to take, if I can find it, just a blending brush and going in with the color Wanderer, which is a really nice mid-tone matte brown. And I'm just going to put this right on top of that crease color just to help blend it out even more and diffuse that color. And it helps blend the color up to our brow bone really seamlessly. Then I'm just going to take another blending brush and go in with the color Dreamer. And it's a really nice dark chocolatey brown, and you just want to tap this into the color really lightly. So with this color, I'm just going to lightly smoke out the outer corners. I'm not going for a completely dramatic smoky eye, but I do want to just lightly define that outer corner because it pulls this whole look together. It makes it a little bit more special for that first day of school. But you obviously can skip this step if you want to just do this for an everyday makeup wear. So you can barely tell the difference, but it is there, and it really helps glam up this look a little bit. But again, it doesn't look like a completely dramatic smoky eye. So you really want to blend this color really well. And we're not bringing it anywhere past that outer third corner. So you're just going to place the color there and then blend it out really nicely. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. And then with just a really fluffy, what is this called? Blending brush, I'm just going to smoke everything out. And there's no product on this brush. It's just a clean brush, and I'm just going to blend everything out one more time just so everything looks really seamlessly blended and it looks as natural as it can be. Next, I'm just going to take my pencil brush and going with that color Power Player again, and this is going to go directly on our lower lash line. This just completes this whole makeup look without adding too much color or drama to the bottom lash line, so you have a really nice bright-eyed effect. So this just creates a really nice shadow underneath your lower lash line. So that's really it for our eye makeup. I'm just going to curl my lashes, throw 2 coats of mascara on it. So I'm just going to lightly bronze my face. Again, I'm not going for a highly defined contour and highlighted look. I just want to add to my summer glow and just kind of bronze up my face because, I don't know, I feel like bronzer really brings back life to the flatness that the foundation kind of gives your face. So this makes you look a little bit more human. For my blush, I just want to keep it really nice and neutral and natural looking. So I'm just going to use Melba by MAC, and this is a really pretty kind of pinky peachy color. It's a really nice neutral color, so it always goes well with any eye look that I do. But this just gives you a really nice natural flushed look without being too pink or too coral. So for my lips, I also want to keep that really nice and neutral and natural. And personally, I would just go to school with this bare lip and just a little bit of chapstick, because I just can't stand fixing my lip gloss or lipstick throughout the day. So for me, for school, I would just wear this, but this wouldn't be a makeup channel if I didn't use something on my lips. So I'm just going to use one of the ColourPop lippy sticks, and this is in the color Frida, and it's one of their satins, so they're really, really comfortable to wear. This is just a really pretty neutral pink. This is my complete back to school makeup look that I created for you guys. I hope that you enjoy it. I think it came out really nice. You still look really put together and pretty without looking too dramatic or like you're trying too hard or overly made up. Your eyes are really nicely, lightly defined, and your cheeks looks really nice and bronzy and flushed. But everything just pulls together really nicely, and it's appropriate for school, which is really important because I know makeup can be fun and a really dark smoky eye can be really, really fun to wear, but I think that's just a little bit too much for school. So this look is really nice and natural. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look, and please don't forget to check out Meuwsha's channel and her back to school makeup look. I can't wait to see what she comes up with. Again, I'll have all her links listed down below. And that's it for this video, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.